D-City, straight gritty, pity, morning, or good afternoon, may I say, to my CWG family. We just gonna jump into it and let it do what it do. Woody woo woo. Nitty, D-City, straight gritty, no pity.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking? I only ask that because of maybe pink eye is a possibility. Yeah, it is. You could have pink eye. How old are you? Not that you can't get that early, but it's usually older people. Yeah, you need to get, I bet you have uveitis. I bet you money that's what you have. Very easily treatable. They actually have a clinic for that in Chicago at Rush Hospital. Uveitis clinic. Yeah, I bet you've got uveitis. Yeah, get that treated as soon as you can. It's not going to hurt. Doesn't hurt. Put these drops in your eyes 3 or 4 times a day. The medication's not expensive. Like I said, one's made from a plant, atropine. I've had it 500 times. You know what? Strangely enough, I haven't had it in probably 8 years. I thank the spirit of Johnny Holmes and Linda Lovelace. Yeah, well, when you start to have problems with one eye, the main thing that it affects is depth perception. You'll notice it at night a lot. You'll see a car coming down the road and like you're iffy about when to pull out and when not to. That's why. And if you drive, I don't know if you drive or not, but you get in trouble. You're driving, it's bothering you, and it's when you got one eye acting up and one eye that's not. If you get in trouble, just close the bad eye completely. Like if you're going through a bunch of orange cones or something from construction, you're starting to freak out, just close the bad eye till you get through it. Isn't that the truth, Mark? Extension of your brain. Yeah, eyes are interesting. I mean, if you mess around with photography like I do, you have even a bigger appreciation for it. I tell people all the time, if your eyeball was a camera and you had to buy it, it'd be $2 million and you'd still be getting a deal. What it does with light and distances, mind-blowing. Yeah, no, get that fixed. Yeah, I'll bet you money though the pain comes, then the eye gets wet, not the other way around. Hey, nonchalant. Yeah, go get that fixed. Go there tomorrow. If you need to pull trick words out of the hat, just tell them the pain's unbearable. It'll get you in quicker. But you don't want to damage that eye from inflammation. Yeah, I mean, people do that, but don't do it any longer. Just bite the bullet. Go there tomorrow, wherever you have to go. Hey, Tracy. I'll tell you, it's things. I've had this uveitis myself, and I bought a book on the eye one time, you know, like it was a newer publication, not a medical-based book, and, well, sort of, but that wasn't the intent of the book, and I'm reading through the damn thing. And they get to the part where they're talking about the cornea. And this author says the cornea has no nerves. And I'm thinking, you are out of your mind, man. The cornea has more nerves in it than any other place in your body. So I got a hold of this guy through the publisher. And they could not believe that was in there. It was like there was no explanation for it because it had been proofed. And they thought it could have been intentional by someone that did the final printing. Completely and totally false. The exact opposite of what it should have read. Dr. Ruth got in trouble one time too, writing a book about pregnancy and ovulation. Period. A nurse practitioner contacted her and said, "You are absolutely, completely wrong about this." And they actually reprinted all the books. Hey, Brian. Oh, you're looking nonchalant. Are you doing any video of that? Do you have a GoPro or anything? Well, I love some paper. You got big storms. Get a GoPro. Go out there and video it. Yeah, I saw that too, Brian. Yeah, I thought the same thing for you. You know, it's weird you should bring that up, Blue, because I was thinking about that last night laying in bed. And I used to be a big sport. Now, the older I get, the more I'm, like, drifting away from it. I don't know why I thought this. Like, there's a philosophy out there. Like, say you wrote about the Colorado River, and you were there today. Would it be the same river next week? It would not be. It's completely different water. You get what I'm saying? And they talked about these different philosophies, and it got me thinking again. It's part of the reason I think why I lost interest in sports, because it's just colleges and all these people from different places come there, and they're just passing through. And I don't get the camaraderie in when everything's different than when a person may have went there. It's just strangers meeting and representing themselves as like a Detroit Lion or whatever. And I just don't understand these 40-year season ticket holders to where nothing's ever the same. I don't get the connection there. Hey, Stacy. Yeah, I know. I'll tell you what I really think about is, look at this CTE with football. You wait till how these UFC fighters turn out. I think these football concussions will pale in comparison. And these UFC guys don't even get paid. I'm not saying that it's worth being rich over brain cells getting damaged, but a lot of them still work full-time jobs. You too, Nonchalant. Enjoy the storm. But it just seems, there's a famous guy. Actually, he's in the town next to where I was watching that demolition yesterday. Art Dore, D-O-R-E. And he started the Tough Man contest back in the 70s. If you look him up, there was a Wikipedia thing on him, I think. And what it was is, you thought you were tough and you could join, they'd have these regional and contests, and I know at least one person died, and they attribute it, I think, to like an enlarged heart, even though they were fighting with 16-ounce gloves and headgear. Once that person died, they were all over his ass, and they basically shut down that Tough Man contest stuff because they said it was barbaric, people were not in shape, and it was not professional. And then here comes the UFC. No, I know. Some days I like the rain. It forces me to stay inside and do something. Today's looking all right. Kind of obscured. Yeah, Irish rugby. Yep, concussions. I met Muhammad Ali one time, if you can believe it, back in the 80s. I knew some Greek guys that owned a restaurant near campus where I went to college. And as it turns out, he died, but there was a guy named Fozzie, Muslim, really nice guy, and he was running for mayor of Ypsilanti, and he wrote Muhammad Ali a letter and said, I need, some help. Could you come into town and support me? And he did. And I happened to be there very early in the morning talking to these Greek guys I know. It was a big round table that would sit 10 people. And they just barely opened. We were sitting there talking. In comes Muhammad Ali. What a charmer, man. Gentleman. And he was with two handler guys. And they sat down at the table with us, and we talked for about a half hour. How he told me I looked intelligent. No, I was down there in Florida 5 years. That was enough for me. I do like the wildlife. I love the St. Johns River. I love the storms the ocean brings. But that's it. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that nuts? I've had a few things like that. One time I was down in Atlanta switching planes. And right next to me, a guy bends over. We're getting our luggage out of the carousel. And I recognized him, and it's Hank Aaron. And I said, hey, hello. He said, hi. I said, how are you? He said, good. I said, Hank Aaron, aren't you? He said, yeah, I'm Hank Aaron. He said, who are you? I said, oh, my name's Tom Reed. I'm from Ypsilanti, Michigan. I said, I played softball a little bit. He said, that's all right. It's overrated. I said, well, you have a good day. Really super nice guy. I ran into Rod Stewart one night on the beach in Palm Beach, kicking a soccer ball. Talked to him for about 10 minutes. One time the weather got bad. I was in Teterboro, New Jersey, waiting for the weather to clear in an airplane. And John Travolta was in there with another guy. I talked to them for about a half hour. It's just kind of interesting, you know. And this is no bullshit. I used to eat at the place called Big Bull. They since tore that building down. It was in the neighborhood where I lived in the Gold Coast. And a lot of celebrities would come in there. They're just out, you know, in Chicago. And as it turns out, Robert Plant was touring with that Allison, whatever her name is. I didn't know that at the time. And there was only like one place where there was like 8 seats in a row. You'd sit at the bar, actually, but they'd open up these big doors, and it was like open. And I'm sitting there, and Robert Plant walks in and sits down like 2 seats from me. And I don't want to bug these guys, really. And I remember I said to him towards the end when I had nothing to lose, I said, how's Jimmy Page? He said, who gives a fuck? And that was the end of the conversation. Isn't that crazy? Jenny Jones would be in there all the time. She would have this hat pulled down, never talk to her. I did talk to Kevin Bacon one time for about 10 minutes. Super nice guy. Saw John Kennedy about a month before he cracked that airplane up with his sister-in-law. Didn't talk to him, though. I saw Brian Gumbel, didn't talk to him. These people are down just walking around there. He's a really little guy. I ran into John Davison one time at an airport, Detroit Metro Airport, making a phone call. Remember, he used to be on Hollywood Squares. Didn't talk to him.
It's happening. It's happening, Bobbles. I said it's happening. TBoy. 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 We see you riding through our hood doing no good. TBoy, why you stalking these hoes? Wake up, boy, we see you. TBoy, he's feeling himself. He's feeling himself, Bobbles. It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. TBoy feeling himself.
And this is no bullshit. I used to eat at the place called Bull. They since tore that building down. It was in the neighborhood where I lived in the Gold Coast. And a lot of celebrities would come in there. They're just out, you know, in Chicago. And as it turns out, Robert Plant was touring with that Allison, whatever her name is. I didn't know that at the time. And there was only like one place where there was like 8 seats in a row. You'd sit at the bar actually, but they'd open up these big doors and it was like open. And I'm sitting there and Robert Plant walks in and sits down like 2 seats from me. And I don't want to bug these guys really. And I remember I said to him towards the end when I had nothing to lose, I said, "How's Jimmy Page?" He said, "Who gives a fuck?" That was the end of the conversation. Isn't that crazy? Jenny Jones would be in there all the time. She would have this hat pulled down, never talk to her. I did talk to Kevin Bacon one time for about 10 minutes. Super nice guy. Saw John Kennedy about a month before he cracked that airplane up with his sister-in-law. Didn't talk to him, though. I saw Brian Gumbel, didn't talk to him. These people are down just walking around there. He's a really little guy. I ran into John Davison one time at an airport, Detroit Metro Airport, making a phone call. Remember, he used to be on Hollywood Squares. Didn't talk to him. Yeah, it's pretty interesting, though. I mean, you know, I don't care about that now. I mean, when I first moved to Chicago, I moved there in '98. You know, didn't know anybody, one-way ticket. Left my wife, rented a place, and God, I wasn't there 3 months, and met Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen. And Scottie Pippen came up to me one day and asked me if I'd babysit his nephew, Willie. Yeah, they were going to a party someplace. Let me tell you, Scottie Pippen's wife is a bitch and a half. They were actually thinking about kicking her out of my health club because of her foul mouth. Scottie Pippen's a really good guy. Nice guy. And I'm not kidding you. I know it sounds like I'm bragging, but I actually did some work for Michael Jordan. At the time, he was getting... It was set up through his trainer, though, Tim Grover, who's a class act. Now he's doing these motivational books. But at the time, there were a couple of these bimbos coming out of the woodwork trying to sue him and put the heat on him for affairs he'd had when he was married. Michael Jordan's a big asshole. Hey, Buttercup, how you feeling? Yeah, I used to walk over to Navy Pier all the time late at night. Yeah. Yeah, yep. Alison Krauss, that's who it was. Yep. There was a lot of stuff like that you saw down there. Dave Matthews was working out in the gym I was going to. I didn't talk to him, but a guy I knew did. When they were leaving town, the tour bus driver pulled the ripcord for the chute and dumped 350 pounds of crap and urine as he drove over the Chicago River Bridge, and it soaked the whole top floor of the boat of senior citizens. Google it. They got fined like 50 grand. What a dumbass, man. Why would you do that? I could only guess that it must have been full. And then, you know, Dave Matthews says, I got to go to the bathroom and I can't flush the toilet. And he said, well, hang on a second. Yeah, kidding. Got caught. Oh, no kidding. Yeah, George Steinbrenner. No kidding. That's cool. I also saw that, I didn't talk to Wayne Huizenga. I saw him one time when I was eating in Gibson Steakhouse. The waste management guy. He owned the Marlins for a while. Yeah, I don't care about that stuff. It doesn't really interest me that much. The TV anchor was my neighbor, Marion Brooks, absolute sweetheart. Nicest lady I've ever met in my life. She ended up having an affair with the Atlanta mayor. And I don't know if it hurt her career or not. I know she left Atlanta for that and came to Chicago. And then she married some guy that looked her up from Howard University or something. It didn't work out. You'll never meet a kinder, nicer, first-class person in your life than Marion Brooks. She got drunk one night at home and locked herself out with no clothes on in the hallway. Oh, really, Mark? I think I got a buddy of mine says privacy is the last great thing a person can own. I agree with that. I would never want to be famous. All these idiots chasing you around just because they sang a song they liked. I think it'd be worse than YouTube, which is hard to imagine. Got a little too hot for Daisy up top. I'm going to record those ducks tonight. And I'm also going to show you at 7 o'clock that they come right down there and land. Now, Chris Farley was down there a lot, but I never saw him. Yeah, you know what was nice about those turkeys is the way the light was hitting them. The sun was setting, and it was behind me. Yeah, they're beautiful birds. You know what I'm glad didn't happen there? Is if you noticed at the beginning of that, one guy like drove by and didn't even slow down. If I would have saw somebody run over one of those just by being an asshole, I would have chased him down and probably wouldn't have been good. So I'm glad that didn't happen. Yeah, I did too. I thought so too. Beautiful birds. They're safe there. No hunting there. Yeah, actually I ran into Hogan one time too. Him, his wife, and his daughter at Tampa Airport. I didn't talk to them. They were in line ahead of me, waiting to get on. I remember the daughter was like super pretty. Young at the time, real tall. Oh, dude.
People that don't understand the real world. Becky's been getting money for 15 fucking years.
Berkowitz is still alive, 67. But
Becky's been doing the same shit for 15 fucking years before I met her. And if she gets money, even if it's more than she's normally going to get, it doesn't mean she's going to die tonight.
If you had two women for the rest of your life that you could only choose from, would you rather be with a drug addict or a fat bitch?
Oh, it's vague. How's a drug addict look? I'd say
gun to your head saying you've got to choose. You fuck the drug addict, who's on the streets all the time, or the fat bitch?
I think I'd go with the drug addict.
Y'all see that face? You see how disappointed she is?
And I was saying, please do not give. I was doing for the purpose of, please don't let her die. Stop giving her shit.
Yeah,
buy more and more stuff from. That's like she could overdose.
That's
if
like
she could buy more. That's
like a Disneyland commercial. These people been around for 15 fucking years doing now what they did then.
Myself.
They have typical bills. Sure, some of it goes to dope, but this notion that because you give an addict money, they're going to die. That'd be like someone sending you 500 frozen pizzas. They like you. They know you like pizza, but they don't think you're going to stroke out because you ate them all in a month.
Happy anniversary, Mr. Bubbles. If you're listening, it's officially our anniversary, and I'm definitely not going to eat pizza, and if I do, I'll throw it up. I'll stick my fingers down my fucking mouth like Cray Cray does, so she can lose all.
Did you? When I lived in Florida, there was a famous disc jockey out of Tampa named Bubba the Love Sponge. They would murder that guy now if he said 10% of that shit. Kind of like the Howard Stern of the airwaves. But they ended up having, I think he had an affair with Hulk Hogan's wife or something that all went south. Oh, does he really, Brian? He really had that kind of cash, huh? Yeah, Howard Stern, you know, and he's not talking shit. He's actually a great interviewer. Smart Jew. Oh, really? Chrysler, huh? I was just looking at some old photos the other day, scrolling around the internet, and that Robin Givens, man, had a body and a half at one time. I mean, like 10 plus. Everybody went through that stage. I met Daryl Dawkins one time, actually in Windsor, Ontario. The pro teams used to come in and like do promotions, and they'd have pre-seasons practice. And that's where I met him, just talked to him for a few minutes. I did the same thing in Ann Arbor and was rebounding for Bob McAdoo. And he told me to quit throwing the ball so hard to him. Yeah, that's what I think, Buttercup. Yeah, me too. Hey, Michael. These dirt things are hugely popular up here. They're like 20 grand. What'd you say, Sal? You might want to repeat that. Oh, no kidding, huh? Sal, I didn't get what you said. Could you repeat it? Gonna have to make up a whole new name now. I checked this box about a week ago where you got to be a subscriber to post on the chat. Not that that's the greatest security measure in the world, but it's better than nothing. Now, I don't care, but supposedly he's gay as a $3 bill. No kidding. How'd that happen, Buttercup? Hey, Michael. Oh, is it, Brian? Oh, William Shatner, no kidding. Now, I came from Detroit, down near Detroit, Flat Rock, Michigan, about 20 miles away. Oh, no kidding, Buttercup. That's kind of cool. Hey, Alethea. Yeah, I like Niagara Falls. Now, Amanda, if you want to go out and have a nice time or something, do you stay on the American side, or when you're able to, do you go over the Canadian side? The Canadian side seems so much cleaner and nicer. Hey, Jackie. Hey, Alethea, I want to be sure on what it is that I'm sending you tomorrow. It was photos or video? Which one? I just want to confirm it. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're right about that. They don't even want you in Canada with a misdemeanor. There's a lot of people that end up getting a drunk driving ticket, and that ends their fishing and hunting days in Canada. Good, Jackie. Yeah, was it the photos of anything? Which photos are they? Oh, good for you, Jackie. Oh, cool, Buttercup. Pete seems like kind of a little guy, is he? Yeah, they are. They sure are. I don't blame them. It was kind of surprising to me. Canada cut off their borders pretty quick. And, here it is, over a year and a half, and I'm surprised their COVID numbers are that high. I'm only going to assume that Asian traffic, I don't know, but it just didn't make sense compared to the lackadaisical approach the U.S. took early on. Oh, is he that tall? Oh, okay. Oh, cool, Amanda. Oh, cool. I've thought of driving truck before. Yeah, make sure you get a good camera, man. It'll be worth it. I've thought of getting my CDL before. To be honest with you, though, if I didn't get to, jack around, pull over, and spend a day, I just don't want to go to A to B. It's the same with the airline pilot. Unless you want to take your days off and use your jump seat privileges. But, I want to, go to towns and look around. You know what I mean? I don't want to be, busting my ass. I like driving, but I hate pulling a trailer. Which, of course, I probably would make a good truck driver. Oh, you spelled it right. Yep. It's a lot of things. They seem like they're romantic, but they're not. The sex life of airline employees. It may have been that way at one time, but I got a buddy of mine that retired from Delta here about 5 years ago. Big, tall, good-looking guy. If 6'5" or something. He's had 5 wives, but this last one's 17 years, sweetheart. That's the one that has the gay son that he struggled with. But if there was ever a guy that was going to have a lot of random sex, it would have been him. I mean, he's an attractive guy, and he was a captain on a 747, and he said that airline sex stuff's a bunch of bullshit. Not that it doesn't happen, but it isn't like the movies portray it.
Bowers. I know you mad. And I know why. $10 Tommy. He's not thinking about you anymore. He doing his own thing now. No. J.C. Bear don't compare. to $10 Tommy. It's funny though, how one time you was his partner in crime.
Yeah, I don't think I could stand somebody being around it, you know. Oh, really? Oh, germ phobia, really? Why, Ma, that's what got Howard Hughes, drove him nuts, germs. I can see how that would drive somebody nuts, especially if you got a petri dish like I did. That could really like work wonders on your mind, because it's true. Germs everywhere. I don't know. Speaking of therapy, I think I mentioned this the other day. The psychiatrist, the only one I ever really hit it off with. Man, did the state throw the book at him? Incompetence, not fit to be a doctor, all sorts of shit. I'm gonna call him tomorrow. Great guy. I thought he was. No wonder we got along. I met him when I got locked up the second time. That's how I met him. And then he got in a beef with them over something, and I don't know what happened, but he opened a private practice. And I found him, and a lot of this bullshit when you get into trouble like this is you gotta have you gotta prove that you're trying to get better and all this shit. So that's how I looked him up, because I needed a guy like that to vouch for me. Oh, really, Buttercup? Yeah, just, this is like, when you find out someone you've known for 40 years gets caught with kiddie porn or murdered their spouse or gotten a head-on the wrong way on an expressway, and you just, based on how you knew them, it's just like shocking. Yeah, it's cool. How long you had those tortoises? Hey, Flower Fairy. There was a guy ahead of me in line yesterday in a Bronco 2. Looked brand new. I can remember anybody familiar with around Detroit when Boblo was going. That place was starting to have trouble in the 70s. Anyway, there was this young guy that bought it, or at least he was the figurehead. And he went out and got drunk with his secretary one night in Toledo, not far from Amherstburg, Detroit. They ended up getting drunk and rolled that Bronco. The Bronco 2 got a lot of criticism for being unstable, just like what Ralph Nader did to the Corvair. And they ended up rolling that Bronco coming back to Detroit on an entrance ramp in Toledo. And he later died. But I remember being super envious of the guy. I thought, here this guy has got his fingers in the pie at getting Boblo back. He went out swinging, though. Yeah, you probably looked that up. Boblo owner dies in Bronco 2 crash.
Are you going to go out swinging, Bobbles? Are you going to go out swinging? Because right now, right now, they all gonna laugh at you. I mean, they're all gonna laugh at you. They really are. Bobbles, they all gonna laugh at you.
Just had a new grandbaby, but I don't even care. I care more about spilling the tea with Sharon B. I care more. I keep track of her numbers and how much people donate to her. Yeah. So.
And you know, Sharon is just jealous of his Bubbles. That's all there is to it. You know, she's like, why would you want like a Coca-Cola bottle when you can have a fucking milk jug in a 2-liter?
I know, Mr. Bobbles tells me all the time.
Like she's like what she wants a snack. Girl, Bobbles, you're like the whole fucking buffet and dessert.
Well, Mr. Bobbles, he always tells me, like, nobody would want a body like Sharon, but I have 72 staples in my head because
that's why, you know, God, Sharon is live again. I just hate her, like, so much.
All she does is lie and stand. Well,
and you know, like she's like one of those Pornhub girls in those clothes she's wearing.
I know. Did you see her? She showed her belly the other day. She showed that slutty flat stomach of hers.
Damn it! Let me talk. Don't speak over me. I'm gonna get off this live.
I'm sorry, Cray. I'm sorry. I don't want to set you off.
So like I was saying, back to it. Mom, damn it! I said get out of here. I can't wait to get the fuck out of here. I mean, I can't wait till they move. Like I was saying, hold on, I forgot what I was fucking saying. Let me roll this blunt real quick and you talk.
All right, well, you can maybe, if you want, you could probably come to Tennessee. You can move in with me and Bobbles. I mean, me and Mr. Bobbles. You can stay with us. Like, I need a friend, so... But hold on. Let me go see what Sharon's doing. She's on her live. Hold on, let me see. That fucking bitch. She's showing her stomach again. That slutty bitch. Do you see her? She's wearing a halter top.
She's such a slut. And these guys, you know what? These guys, they don't see, these people want to say that we're jealous, you know? They don't see all these men that are up in our chats, me, you, and Survivor Girl that just hit on us because we have it invisible. We're not like her and like to brag about it.
Yeah. Well, Sharon I think before Tom got mad at her, he bought her subs, I'm sure. Because she's a liar. I doubt that's real. She scams everything. Those are probably not real subs.
Well, you know what? Rumor has it that Bobbles got busted up in the head. I've heard a couple different things. I mean, I heard that she was having a threesome with Nitty and Mr. Bobbles, and she, you know, all hell broke loose.
Well, what happened is I walked in on him, and do you believe he was watching one of Sharon B's videos?
I know. I heard he jacked off to me too. I mean, I'm so fucking desirable. My kids are like a busted can of biscuits, baby. You got the whole fucking package.
Well, Mr. Bobbles tells me all the time, obese is sexy. He doesn't want anybody that's fit in fitness. Are you there? Did you hang up on me? You better not allow to go to Sharon's chat.
I'm just human mad because she's live right now. Yeah, I am, and she's making me mad.
Well, I'm going to go live, and I'm going to play her live, and I'm going to commentary.
Yeah, I'm giving her money.
I know, they don't care that she's a scammer, or do they just want to see her OD on a live?
Yeah, send me an email on it, Amanda. Good luck riding around with your fiance in a truck. I think I would just go crazy. Like I said, if you met my wife, you'd realize I'm nuts for sure. I couldn't have done any better. I got tired of that. I'd go crazy with somebody around me that much. Bye, Amanda. You didn't block yourself accidentally, did you, Stacy? That can happen. No, the new Bronco is ugly. That person ought to be immediately fired. You know, I've had like 2 people bring that up to me that not even into cars. What a crappy looking design. Oh, really, Sepka? Huh. Well, if you guys are down in doldrums and you're depressed, I've got the perfect antidote. Tonight, I am going to record with a high fidelity recorder. The ducks quacking. I'm going to put out an album just like the Alvin and the Chipmunks, only it's going to be ducks. Yeah, it's really ugly looking vehicle, isn't it? I mean, how does this ever get approved up along the chain of hierarchy? What an ugly looking vehicle. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? I don't get lonely. I'm lucky that way. I think that's what gets people in a lot of trouble with these marriages. You end up marrying some kook because you're lonely, and that's one I'm not as lonely. I'm lucky. I just don't. It's not. I don't know why. I'm glad I'm not. You're gonna love it, Alethea. Well, what it is, and I found this out, is you can like block, because there'll be people that I don't like that I see on other chats, and I don't see them coming up and they're communicating, and I later found out it's because I blocked them. So I don't even see their name coming up someplace else. It's weird. Oh, abandonment issues, you better get those taken care of before you're dead. That sucks, having abandonment issues at this stage in life. Still, oh shit, huh? Wow, you really got the bad booby prize on that one. Who knows how all this weird shit gets created? It's not one size fits all. This damn Ace Hardware, about every 2 years they catch their bookkeeper embezzling like $100,000, stuff like that. As you guys know, all our chiropractors, pretty much all of them got charged with felonies. Yeah, right. That's how I found out about Jackie. Yep. That's an old Kmart over there, that hospital. We've got 2 hospitals here that act like spoiled stepchildren. They hate each other. They're always trying to turn each other in for bullshit. Hey, 82. Oh, you like that? Yeah, I wish maybe I'll get some better moon video tonight. You know, better conditions. It's a gorgeous night. Yeah, it's true, Buttercup. I'm glad I didn't have kids either. Really, I never wanted kids. I'm glad I didn't have any. These people say, well, what if you get older? It's like I'm even happier that I don't have them. I hate checking in and stuff like that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm glad I don't have any. Ducks quacking. Hey, Gertie. Yeah, she's been messing around with her grandchild. You need to find your inner peace. I think you could end all your problems joining a swingers club, Buttercup. You know how you do those things, it's not you, and it's a silver lining, and Hey, Justin, how you doing? This guy's speeding. It almost doesn't seem believable. Well, I'm going to verify it tonight. I'm going to get down to the bottom of the rumor. I don't quite get that. I mean, and the interesting thing about that, that's set up, to shoot ducks. It's like a state-sponsored place where they flood the fields and plant food. And I've talked to people about this, and they say at 7 o'clock you got to quit shooting. And the ducks just come in there by the thousand. The sky is dark. It's hard to believe a bird, a duck, would want to be anywhere near where he was shot at earlier because of the time on the clock. It almost doesn't seem believable. Well, I'm going to verify it tonight. I'm going to get down to the bottom of this rumor. I thought I'd taken an air horn with me. I just got a little bit of a problem with they say it's not your tax dollars, that the money comes from hunting license fees, but I just feel bad for ducks heading south, getting set up like that. I mean, humans don't allow you to trap them like that. Set up, they're tired, they're flying, they want something to eat, they look down there, it's all fake, created, and they get blown out of the sky. So I thought of taking an air horn with me. That's a crime in Michigan when you do shit like that. Oh, sorry about that, Stacy. Twelve-year-old daughter, wow. Wow, Stacy. Yeah, I haven't played Scrabble in a long time. I don't watch Jeopardy anymore now that Alex Trebek died. Just killed it for me. Yeah, they do fly fast, you're right. You look at the distances they cover, like blue and green-winged teals. Go all the way down to Brazil. It's crazy.
He's bored, Bobbles. He's bored. So that means more lives, more scotch, and more talk. $10 Tommy style. It's a $10 Tommy production. Frank Nitty, 2 T's, 2 titties. CWG rocks with me.
All right, Jackie, have a good day. I don't want anybody talking bad about him and stuff like that. I got enough problems. Yeah, that's how I get, Stacy, with these girls that I've met over the years and interviewed them. I don't want anybody talking bad about them and stuff like that. I got enough problems. Yeah, that's how I get, Stacy, with these girls that I've met over the years and interviewed them. I don't want anybody talking bad about them and stuff like that. I got enough problems. Letting 500 of them go at hunting season, that kind of stuff. It's not like other wildlife. . 'Cause 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 ' Yeah, that's how I get, Stacy, with these girls that I've met over the years and interviewed them. I don't want anybody talking bad about them and stuff like that. I got enough problems letting 500 of them go at hunting season, that kind of stuff. It's not like other wildlife. Yeah, that's how I get, Stacy, with these girls that I've met over the years and interviewed them. I don't want anybody talking bad about them and stuff like that. I got enough problems. Yeah, it's ugly though, Flower Fairy. Well, I think I'm gonna head out of here, you guys. Got all my photo stuff. So I hope you guys have a good Sunday. Yeah. I ask anybody that's in business, how you doing? They say surviving. Nobody says great anymore. Oh yeah, Tassie's covered. Hey Pat, how you doing? Hey Jeff. Yeah, I'll tell you exactly what I did with the t-shirts. You know, I've been gonna do this and people don't get back with you and, you know, blah, blah, blah. You go on eBay or you go on the internet and it's, you know, there's a million places you can go on there and start designing and all this bullshit. And they're just such junky, cheesy t-shirts, and there's always some major hurdle, like they're limited. You can't put enough characters in. Like I could have done pizza and liquor, but I couldn't have had by Tassie Man, stuff like that, right? So every time I would do it, something kept me from finishing. So what I did is I happened to be in that like food court, farmer's market thing down in Saginaw. And that was a grant, as it turns out, for, you know, getting some businesses started. So good for them. And, you know, I try and help them out if I can. And I met a lady there a couple days ago. And I thought, well, this is where I'm going to get my t-shirts. And I went back there today and this is what I said. I said, hey, look, she wanted to know about my YouTube channel. I told her. I also told her, like, Tassie and a couple other people, you know, nobody would have known about me without them. And, you know, I kind of told her the history of it. And I said, here's the deal, you know, she's like a real character. And there's 3 main statements she would make all the time based on early interviews. Pizza and liquor was one, Dungeon on Junction was another, and all day, every day was another one. You guys remember that? So I said, I want to get 3 different shirts done with those quotes on them. And she said, well, what do you want to do for the design? So, not that this really matters a lot, but the lady's black. And we hit it off, and I said, let me just put it to you this way, and I hope it wouldn't insult you. And I told her what Tassie did, and that she'd had a drug problem, and she's overcome. I said, the best way I can describe Tassie as a white girl that talks like she's black. She said, I got it. She said, I got it. Glad you said that. I said, so what I want you to do is just make these shirts like you were making them for a black girl. A lot of bling. She said, I got it, man. You don't need to say another word. And that's what I did. And I wrote her a check and paid for everything up in advance. And we'll see what she comes up with. But I'm pretty confident that it's going to be better than anything I could have done. And I told her that, you know, I'm not a micromanager. You know, I'm not going to come in and say it's too green or not enough red or this doesn't look right. Whatever you come up with, I'm fine with. So that's what happened. Hey, Mia. Yeah, there's super nice people there. The whole place, I love that place. Hey, Faye. Pizza and liquor. So that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, she's doing good. What's that, Jessica? No, there's a difference. Sorry you don't understand it. Hey, Robbie. Yeah, where you been? Oh yeah, you would love it up there. I mean, the food's excellent. You saw the people I talked to the 2 times I was there. And excellent place. Good food. The food, I think the food is like super reasonable. And it's good. I don't even know where to get that stuff around here. Lebanese food, baked potato stuff like you get at a good county fair. Making bacon, homemade 5 cheese, macaroni and cheese, custom-made caramel apples. Yeah, I'm not into the beads. Sweetheart lady, very nice. If you're into that stuff, I think you'd really enjoy yourself there. Well, that's your opinion, Jessica. That's just your opinion. Yeah, the sales, yeah, that's exactly right, Warrior Princess. Yeah, she's a nice person, too. We talked for about 20 minutes about different things. She's, got a lot of balls in the air, juggling things, and she's got a mother with dementia, and a 10-year-old kid she's trying to raise, and, we're running this t-shirt thing. We had a nice conversation. Custom-made covered apples, yeah. I mean, you can go on there. Where else can you do that? They're either in the thing, and that's the one you want or not. They'll put on it what you want right there while you wait. Jessica, I got my finger on the block button. I'm not going to have this dialogue with you much longer. After all, it's my impression. She understood what I meant. An order was placed, and it's really nothing you need to worry about. You got that? Hey, Rita. I said she's a white girl sounding like a black girl. Not trying. But as you guys know, it's a major transition trying to get out of that life and even get like a job and an apartment. It's one struggle after another, from ID to... Hey, Olivia. It's just... it's a tough thing. You don't know until you've been there. Hey, KP. No, I'm not making fun of it or anything, Tassie, but you know what I'm getting to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Mary, I'm not really sure on the details. I know what she said. Good for her. Tassie kind of lives in an expensive area that's close to work. Rent is crazy everywhere. Oh, good. Oh, Amanda, yeah. You mean Amanda in Ohio? Or Amanda over on the west suburbs? And I think when I refer to this, I'm talking about Tassie's early interviews. I do talk to Becky, yep. And besides, this whole thing is meant to be how the shirts are decorated, not actually how somebody talks. Big difference. If you ever look at what Tassie wears and what she likes and her purses, that's what I'm getting at. Hey, Samantha. She's doing better. Oh, yeah, I knew she had a baby, yep. Yeah, once in a while, I'm not a Facebook guy, but I'll go through there. I got like 2,000 things I've never answered. I can't stand Facebook. And when I see her thing pop up, I look through it, yeah. Hope she's still doing well. Yeah, that's right, Jennifer. Yeah. It would be like Jason Williams, the white point guard, how he talks. Let me give you some others examples. You know what I'm getting at, though. Yeah, I'm doing fine. Yeah, I think I got some allergies. Yeah, my throat's a little sore. Yeah, I have a Facebook, but I never use it. You can see it, Tom Reed or Thomas Reed in West Branch, Michigan. I got like 2,000 things I never respond to. Yeah, I don't mess with it. Well, what I wanted to do, my idea on the show was to get some testers out there, you know, see if people like them. And then just let these people, first of all, if you look at the t-shirt business, there isn't any money in it. Maybe there is if you're printing 1,000 of them for General Motors, but when you look at everything involved, by the time you go through the trouble and you ship it and you put up with customers, it's chunk change, right? So what I wanted to do is kind of get the ball rolling, test the market, see who liked what, and then introduce Tassie to this lady, and they can just work together and people can order them directly from her. So that kind of takes Tassie out of the trouble. You know, there's not enough money in it to like drop ship and Tassie worry about sending orders out and all that stuff, where it could get designed. Tassie can design her own next time, and they can order them right from this lady. The lady can send Tassie $1 a shirt or whatever it is. Okay, KP. Hey, Scott. Hey, Tassie, you on here still? Hey, Shaniqua, how you doing? I don't think she does. It was looking like she was going to have an address pretty soon. You know, P.O. Box a pain in the ass unless you live next to the place. And, you know, you got 19 kinds of ID and... Good, how you doing, Shaniqua? Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah, okay, that's good. Yeah, I think it's pretty easy. I think I got Zug Island photos on there, like a snow on the mountain, not mountains, on the coal. Oh, good for you. How's work going? Hey, Flower Fairy, how you doing? I took a lot of still photography today. It was a perfect day. Color and infrared. Good for you. Oh yeah, I got a buddy that owns a paper company, and they can't get glue. There's a bunch of like these container shipping companies on both sides of the U.S., the East Coast and the West Coast. It's bare just to settle the claim. Really, Samantha? No, I got gas the other day, $83. Filled up the tank. No, just your father told me that once, but I blew it off because I looked up a couple of family photos in your last family reunion, and I didn't give it any attention at all. Hey, Amy. She is moving. Yeah, sure did. To tell you the truth, I mean, I got to know her, and then first I said no. I had a couple miniature greyhounds that were rescues. They were a pain in the ass. You get attached to them. But I was just dog free for a while, and it was kind of nice. And then, I would take Daisy for walks and stuff because an old lady had her that didn't get around too hot, and I just felt sorry for a young dog that wasn't getting out. And then that's how I got to know Daisy. And then the lady had to move to an living care facility. And at first I said, I don't want Daisy. And then I got thinking about it. It's like, God damn. Daisy would get out sometimes and come down and scratch on my door. How long has Tassie been clean? Woodland. I was at Woodland. That's a good question. I think she's been clean. Well, I mean, she's had fell off the wagon a couple times. I can't really say for sure. I want to say 2 years, but don't quote me. A rescue cockatoos, yeah. Tassie got an apartment, and then she moved some of her stuff, and then evidently there's an issue, and the landlord won't call her back. She had to stay in the basement, or she couldn't get a key or something. I don't know, but whatever it is, she's getting what she has moved in there, and she's taking it back home. How long has Tassie been clean? Woodland. I was at Woodland. That's a good question. I think she's been clean. Well, I mean, she's had fell off the wagon a couple times. I can't really say for sure. I want to say 2 years, but don't quote me. A rescue cockatoos, yeah. Tassie got an apartment, and then she moved some of her stuff, and then evidently there's an issue, and the landlord won't call her back. She had to stay in the basement, or she couldn't get a key or something. I don't know, but whatever it is, she's getting what she has moved in there, and she's taking it back home. Yeah, I would have met you there, but to be honest with you, I'd look my ass off first of all, I go to places all the time. People get pissed off at me. They think like I'm avoiding them. But I never plan anything. Like, I didn't even know I was going to Grand Rapids, and I thought, I'll go over to Grand Rapids, packed up my stuff, took off. So then I get there, and I'm trying to find, I'm looking through, Shaniqua emails. I can't find it anywhere. And then it's just like I did a couple lives, and it's the same thing, like I'll be up in Traverse City, Mary will say, I didn't know you were coming up here. It's like, neither did I. And here's another thing, too. What happens sometimes is, I think it's kind of rude for someone to just because I show up in an area where you live, I don't expect you to, hang around with me. You know what I mean? So when I do a lot of the spur of the moment things, I don't want to put any pressure on anybody to feel obligated to get together or something like that. So that's got a lot to do with it too. If they see me on a live and they know I'm in town, they want to get a coffee or something, I'm fine. But you know what I'm saying? I just don't, I live up north, and when I lived in downtown Chicago, people would contact me. I always find some excuse not to do it. They'd be in, it's like, oh, I'm down here on Michigan Avenue, want to get together. It's like, I can't do that. You know what I mean? You got your own schedule, your own plans. Not that you don't like them or something, but, I'm pretty much a loner guy. So getting together with people, in general, I don't do. And I even hate planning for it more. Hey, Simka. Yeah, just as soon. And that's the same thing they'll do. I live up north. It's like, oh my God. People, just because you live up north, and it's like, oh my, I see the caller ID. I know this sounds absolutely terrible, but there's just some people that sometimes I don't even call them back. I know that's bad. But, I kind of known them for a long time, and I know what they want, and I just don't want to deal with it, so I don't call them back. And honestly, I know this sounds bad, But I figure if I don't call him back, maybe the light bulb will come on and I'll never hear from him again. That's shitty, I know. But it keeps it from being, like, weird. Oh, sure. Yeah, I'll do it. Definitely. And it's like, oh my, I see the caller ID. I know this sounds absolutely terrible, but there's just some people that sometimes I don't even call them back. I know that's bad. But, I kind of known them for a long time, and I know what they want, and I just don't want to deal with it, so I don't call them back. And honestly, I know this sounds bad, but I figure if I don't call them back, maybe the light bulb will come on and I'll never hear from them again. That's shitty, I know, but it keeps it from being, like, weird. Oh, sure. Yeah, I'll do it. Definitely. Yeah, that's how I am, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I do that. I do that a lot. I mean, I don't know. I'm not, like, attached to anything. I mean, I could know somebody for 20 years and you could say something that turned me off. I'd never probably talk to you again. I've always been that way. I'm not saying it's a positive attribute, but I'm not jumping through any hoops if I'm not really into it with both feet, you know what I mean? Let me give you an example. I don't know why this came to mind, but it did. So, I moved up to West Branch, and I was having some pretty heavy mental problems, and I was trying to help my sister out, which I did accomplish. And over the course of, I lived with her for a year. Even though I had bought a place, I was too damn depressed to do anything, so I just stayed there, and my place sat empty. And over the course of living there, I got to know her housekeeper. And not bad looking. I mean, I'm weird about, everybody's got this idea of what things attractive. Where I live in northern Michigan, she's considered attractive. Like 35, blonde, not overweight. I mean, pretty, not like off the charts pretty. But where I live, it's like, would be considered like, to most guys, really attractive. And I can tell you honestly, that I wasn't into her at all. And I'm not saying she was really into me. She would flirt around and stuff. But long story short, she's going through boyfriends left and right, and, wanting to get married. And she had a kid from a previous short relationship, and it was okay, but I really, I was always coming up with excuses to do stuff. It wasn't like she wanted me or I was anything like that, but I just didn't even want to do, like, simple things. So anyway, she ends up dating this guy, and they had a big blow-up. They break up, and she's got 2 events at Soaring Eagle Casino down there in Mount Pleasant. And one was Jerry Springer was the guy that did, what's that show with Pat Sajak, Vanna White? He was like the guy doing that show. And the other one was a black comedian, the guy that got in the car accident. That guy. So she didn't have any other guys that she wanted to go with to this stuff. So she said, I want you to go with me to these things. I already bought the tickets. And it's like, I'm thinking, oh God, man. Well, I didn't really want to go at all. But I thought, all right, I'll go. No big deal, right? So we went there, and on both these things. And the whole time we're there, she is making these comments that, like, oh, like, I'll give you an example. I went and got some drinks, and she was, like, standing behind me. And she keeps making these comments that, like, that these people probably wonder why you're with me and this kind of bullshit. And it was just, after 2 times of that, I'm thinking, first of all, I'm not at all interested in you. And secondly, you're not that great. I mean, you're okay. And after about, like, 20 comments, and I'd never given any vibe. It wasn't like if she'd have said, hey, let's date, I wouldn't have wanted to do it. And it was after about 20 comments like that during these 2 never-ending get-togethers that I was just being a good guy and going with her. I made up my mind right then. You know, I don't really want to be friends with this girl, not even like for a lunch every 6 months. So I just cut it off. But that's what put the cherry on the top. This girl's talking like I'm with some supermodel. And you know what? I bet nobody wondered that. Oh, yeah, it wasn't even that great, man. I felt like saying, you know, now you get defensive, right? I feel like saying, it's like, well, let me show you my old photo album, some of my old girlfriends. I mean, you don't get it. Like, you're not that great. You know? It was just finally ticked me off, but it was enough for me to think during that second deal where you turn those letters around on that TV show. But I thought, man, I'm just going to kill this thing. Yeah, laugh and fun. Yeah, it's like boring. Yeah, it wasn't even like good. You know? So I do that quite a bit. I'm about to one that I've known on YouTube. Again. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune, that's what it was, Wheel of Fortune. Jerry Springer is actually a good guy. When I was living in Chicago, I ran into him 2 or 3 times. He lived in the Hancock building, which is kind of in the same neighborhood I did. And I met him one time. There was a girl I knew, Melissa, who babysat my daughter, Katie, and she was young. And one time we were in Barnes & Noble, and Jerry Springer was in there. It's right across the street. She introduced me to him. He said, anybody that knows Jerry Springer outside the show loves him. He's a really kind, good guy. Takes the time out for anybody. He really is. No, it's not. But I just get to a point where, I mean, honestly, it could be like a form of mental illness. I don't know, but there are certain things that, like, happen, and you get the same answer with the same questions, and it just gets to where I just think to myself, I'm just going to cut this off. This isn't for me at all. So I do it. No, it wasn't Tracy Morgan. It was that other guy. He rolled over that car in California. That guy. Yeah, it's Kevin Hart. That's who it was, Kevin Hart. Yep. He was not that good, I didn't think. And I couldn't wait for that damn Wheel of Fortune to end. God damn, it seemed like I was there a week. Yes, Kevin Hart, yep. It wasn't long after that. I finally just cut it off. You know, I don't want a text. I don't want a phone call. You know what I mean? I don't want to talk to you for 10 minutes when I see you in the fruit section of Walmart. Yeah, it's not like I think I'm any prize either. And like I said, I don't think she was interested. But I don't even want to be friends with her. You know, you see their name on the caller ID, and it's like, oh, God. No shit, man. I just wasn't really into it. You know, and even, you know, to me, like, a friendship should be... There's another guy I've known for, like, Simca knows about this. Let me give you an example. And there's been long periods where I quit talking to him. Real smart guy, educated Jewish guy from New York City. But he's like a neurotic Woody Allen. And there's been times where I haven't talked to him 5-10 years. Never really cut him off. Well, he wrote a book about a year ago. And I was like a main character in the book, which I didn't ask for. If he'd asked me, I'd have said, don't do it. Because I know him well enough that it wasn't just going to be using me as a private detective as kind of the character. You know, he's not using Tom Reed, but this is what he told me. I would have said, no, please don't do that, because I knew there was going to be some big giant remnant of commenting on this or something. So sure as shit, about 6, 8, 9 months ago, he sent me a copy of the manuscript. I don't read books like that. I don't have an interest in fiction. I don't want to be in a book. If you want to use me as an example, you've hit rock bottom, in my opinion. Go ahead. I'm not going to complain. So I get a copy of the manuscript of the book, and I know right there is no way in the world that I'm reading this. So I get a hold of Simca, who's Jewish. Not that you have to be Jewish to read a Jewish guy's manuscript, but there were different parts of his personality that reminded me of her, and I thought, well, she's smart. This is someone I could trust to read this goddamn thing, make a couple corrections or whatever, and then I could just say what she said and be on with it. Well, her mother got sick, and she probably got into it, couldn't finish it, and by that time I had already done more work on it than I thought I would, and that was taking the time to ask somebody to read it. So anyway, throughout the summer, I get emails. Have I read the book yet? I have not. So, and I'm not going to read it, but I'm not going to tell him that. So I just kind of hope it goes away. So finally he starts getting demanding, like in emails. You know, when am I going to get it? And I thought, you know what, screw this. So he called me about 2 or 3 weeks ago. I didn't return his phone call, and then I got an email that because I didn't return his phone call, he's assuming that the friendship's over. Yeah, you know what, it is over. Because number one, I don't want to be in a book. I don't want to read a book. I don't want to correct a book. I don't want to go back and forth. I don't care what you write in it. You can make me 200 pounds, 2,000 pounds, a full head of hair, bald, doesn't matter. I don't want to be in it. And it just got to where, you know, it's just presumptive of somebody to think that I'm going to do this just because you decided to make me a character. So I'll probably never talk to him again, which I'm really looking forward to. Yeah, there's another nut job that I know when I lived in Chicago. Long story short, you know, getting established as a private detective takes forever. I mean, I was in yellow page listings in big cities all over, and I bet I didn't get 2 cases a year. And that was in different states: Wisconsin, Illinois, Michigan, Florida, Georgia. So you never got work from the people. So long story short, when I first started doing PI work in Chicago, I had been there 5 years. I took the first 5 years off. I didn't do anything, just screwed around. But I had set up a financing agreement with the business I sold on a 10-year note. And I thought, well, I better get moving on this, because I knew how long it would take to get some clients, and it was very difficult. But anyway, I was running ads, and there's a paper there called The Reader, you know, anybody that needed PI. So I had this lady get a hold of me, and she was looking for a guy that she'd read about in an article in Michigan that had worked 40 years for Chrysler, never missed a day of work, and she just wanted to, it was kind of a school about old days ethics, right? Wanted to locate him so she could send him $100 for being a good guy and making her feel good. So I didn't charge her. Found out the guy had died about a year earlier. And I kind of got to know her, and there were different little things that had happened, a couple of estranged kids. Well, anyway, this lady's worth about $20 million. I mean, she's got money up the ass, but real eccentric, super controlling. Let me give you an example. She's a big wildlife nut, and she ended up buying like 40 acres down in Indiana, down around that coop near Chesterton. And the whole reason for it was to just let animals run wild and not get hunted. Her business, she had the money, no problem. And then it morphed into like a haven for raccoons that have been problematic in other cities. And she had a raccoon thing, and she named them all. And I mean, she had big bucks, and she would take them up. She lived in one of the nicer neighborhoods in Chicago. Anyway, animal nut, super eccentric. Well, she kind of shut the raccoon thing down, but the 40 acres was still there, and there was a house on there. And this just gives you a glimpse on where you're going in a relationship. So some people rented it, and she told me one day in the driveway. And when she went over there to collect rent that she didn't like, that she couldn't see across the street because of the motorhome. And I thought, hey lady, they're renting. You're not there. They're there. And I could see right then, control freak. So shortly after that, I kind of like quit talking to her as much because I said, this is not a quality that I'm particularly interested in. And then sure enough, bright lady, very manipulative. So now I was going to be the guy that was going to carry on the torch of this estate for this 40 acres, which I didn't want to do because I knew, number one, this lady's a kook. Number two, she is controlling, and I cut her off too. Wasn't anything in it for me. Yeah, I didn't want that. First of all, I didn't want to do that. I can't imagine. I mean, if there was ever a person that came back from the dead and controlled your life from wherever they ended up, it was her. No, man, she could have said, how about if I give you $5 million up front as your pay? It's like, no, don't want it. No, forget it. No. So I've got about 3 50-page letters since then. And now I didn't even have the decency to tell her why I didn't want to be friends with her any longer. You know why? Because it's just going to be more control, a bigger carrot, more money. Don't want to have anything to do with it. Other than the 3 50-page letters she has, because she has no other way to get a hold of me. Yeah, my enemy. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yep. Don't want to have anything to do with her. Nope. And it's the same with these kooky old women on YouTube. You know, I was nice to them. Like I say, nobody has any evidence of me doing anything inappropriate. I was nice to them. They got weird. I cut them off. And they started channels. Well, you know, if you look at controlling, there's a lot of ways to do it. Some people, the real smart people, you know, you've got it broken off in your ass before you realize what hit you. And she was like that. She'd have had me by the balls one way or the other. You know why? Because it's just going to be more control, a bigger carrot, more money. Don't want to have anything to do with it. Other than the 3 50-page letters she has, because she has no other way to get a hold of me. Yeah, my enemy. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yep. Don't want to have anything to do with her. Nope. And it's the same with these kooky old women on YouTube. You know, I was nice to them. Like I say, nobody has evidence of doing anything. I was nice to them. They got weird. I cut them off. And they started channels. And now I didn't even have the decency to tell her why I didn't want to be friends with her any longer. You know why? Because it's just going to be more control, a bigger carrot, more money. Don't want to have anything to do with it. Other than the 3 50-page letters she has, because she has no other way to get a hold of me. Yeah, my enemy. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yep. Don't want to have anything to do with her. Nope. And it's the same with these kooky old women on YouTube. You know, I was nice to them. Like I say, nobody has any evidence of me doing anything inappropriate. I was nice to them. They got weird. I cut them off. And they started channels. Well, you know, if you look at controlling, there's a lot of ways to do it. Some people, the real smart people, you know, you've got it broken off in your ass before you realize what hit you. And she was like that. She'd have had me by the balls one way or the other. The only difference that would have changed things was the dollar amount, which you're not motivating me with money. Gaslighting you. With an abdominal aneurysm, which you get from smoking, which is too bad. Nothing's son that forced her out of business said she's bedridden with an abdominal aneurysm, which you get from smoking, which is too bad. Oh, Victoria. Yeah, I've got a friend with an autistic son. Myself. You know, it's like the guy that works double shifts that never gets to Florida. To me, I think there's virtue in that sometimes. And then on the other side of it, I think, unless you've been there, like I think Cynthia, this is what, your third marriage, unless you've been there, she doesn't know what you know, and it's just too bad that people like that yearn for this when the possibilities are low, don't understand that it's not all that. It's just like having a bunch of money. Your problems don't go away. Yeah, isn't that funny how that works out, Amy? Now, I was good friends with a priest when I was living in Chicago, and he told me his, you know, it's empirical observation, right? No, it doesn't, you know. I don't know why it's buffering. I'm kind of onto their damn Wi-Fi. No, it's slightly. You didn't mean anything bad by it. You were sorry for the additional difficulties that may occur because of that condition. Yeah, I went to Treasure Island all the time. I was right up the street. Yeah. I lived in the Dave & Buster's building right there on Maple.
Mr. Bubbles, come get my dish. I'm done with my cereal. Come get my dish. And make me another drink. I swear this bitch just got another sub. So fucking. This fucking bitch just got another sub. I have to mark it on my list. Oh god, I'm so sick of this bitch getting all these subs. Oh my god. some Pepto-Bismol. Don't you hear my stomach? Give me some fucking Pepto-Bismol. I've got to find where this bitch. I need some more information on her. Did you get her garbage shipped to me yet? Her garbage should be delivered. They got her garbage bag and overnighted the whole thing, so it should be coming anytime. UPS. I'm going through it with my magnifying glass. I'm gonna find something on her.
It'll be here soon, fat ass.
I want her channel taken down, and I want her subs. Oh, she just posted a community. I don't even have a community tab. I wish I did, so I could post some shit on mine too. Mr. Bobbles, give me something for my stomach. That's right, bitch. That's right. I put a shovel on the board because I'm gonna bury you.
Ooh, it smells like something crawled up your ass and died.
Just go in the other room.
Ooh, it smells like something crawled up your ass and died.
Just go in the other room. She's got 4 more views. I can't believe this. Meanwhile, she's over there eating Haagen-Dazs pint by pint, and she doesn't even gain a pound. I ate 12 donuts and my stomach's in uproar. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I think I sharted. Mr. Bobbles, give me some fresh underwear. It's all because of this bitch. I'm gonna get that, I'm getting her TRW right now. I'm getting her credit score. I want to know what it is. And her report card, too, from 5th grade. I'm missing the 4th and the 5th grade report cards, and damn it, I'm gonna get them today. I'm gonna find something on her. I'm gonna take her down on my next live. I don't care what lie I have to concoct. Cray said she was gonna call. I can't even rely on these people. They're such fake bitches. Hold on. Hold up. Hold up. Did she just get... She just got another sub. This bitch. Oh my gosh, let me see if someone can call me. Hello? Hello?
I'm posting on my OnlyFans, and I've got some more ideas on Operation Take Sharon Down.
Good, because I want to get this fucking bitch at any means necessary.
You know that plot that you planned about that one thing about the GoFundMe?
Yes?
With KM, I totally think that you should do it.
Oh, I'm doing anything I need to do. This bitch is going down, and I want her subs. What?
I was talking to my little one. but like I was saying, you know, me and you always pretend like we hate each other, but you know, we got Tom now back on our side. You know, at least he's in good with you.
Oh, me and Tom are tight. We're gonna take that bitch down. He's gonna call me any minute. He's gonna be calling.
He's like the best private investigator. You know, the Red Roof Inn uses him for their private investigations. And listen to this.
Hold on. Go plunge the toilet. Go plunge the toilet for me.
Let them know. Me and all my groupies have called them to let them know that he's a creeper and advertising he does PI work for them, and that we won't ever stay there again unless they ban him from that hotel.
Well, I have him checking everybody that Sharon knows out. I have him running reports on everybody that Sharon knows. I even have their progress reports from elementary school. I'm taking this bitch down.
Well, girl, anything we need to do. I mean, you know, we got the word out. We got the word out about Tom, and you know, I mean, I think Survivor Girl is not friends with her because she's not been talking to any of us, and she's been getting more views.
Oh, my stomach, Creighton. You don't understand. I'm so sick of that bitch over there eating her Haagen-Dazs, and it doesn't even matter. But if I eat anything, my stomach just, oh God, I just clogged the toilet up. I just had to have Mr. Bobbles take care of it. Oh God, I'm sorry.
Are you on your pain pills again? Because when I run out, I mean, you know, I get the shits and I sweat and I just detox. But I'm sure that, you know, we could find somebody to get you some, you know?
Well, I have my wine for now and it's gonna work. I'm almost out of it. And Mr. Bobbles, go get me some more of that box wine. Did you see that bitch had a crop top on?
Oh my God, yes, I did. And I know that you're too insecure to wear them, and that you use that whole facade. You know, like,
I look
I'm
good.
married.
I only show my head on the monitor, but baby, Puppy is pretty.
Good cover up. You really do, saying the whole "I'm married, I can't do it."
I'm a married woman. Mr. Bobbles got my ring from Kmart 20 years ago.
All kinds of that great stuff, you know. You're a sex ed specialist.
Oh, we're gonna have more how-to lives. If I ever get tired of talking to about Sharon, then I will start giving more sex ed like I used to on my channel. But right now, she's just giving me so much content. I can't stop talking about her. Okay.
I know, but hold on. There's I think I'm gonna have who call you. Like we've been plotting, to take her down because you've tried, the pipe that looks like a hot dog in your innocent, sweet voice, like, oh, kids might be able to see this, and then that didn't work, and then her dumb fuck subscribers. Oh my God, we've tried to prove to them time and time again that GoFundMe was a scam.
Mr. Bobbles, are you gonna give me some more wine?
But anyways, I'm gonna let you go so KM can call in with her, plan, and you guys can work that out on Operation Take Sharon Down.
Yeah, I'm taking that bitch down. Well, guess what I have lined up for my next live? Wait, let me tell you, you're not listening, and you think everything's about you, Cray. This is why nobody likes you. This is why nobody likes you. You think everything's about you. You won't even listen to me. I'm trying to tell you something important.
Would you listen to me? I did my last live for the 500th time, and then I got back on tonight to make my last live again.
You said you were quitting YouTube.
I know, that's just clickbait. I gotta get views. I mean, we're not sharing these.
Okay, let me tell you what I have lined up. Tonight, I'm gonna take that bitch down. I have these fake tests that say supposedly from Sharon saying that her and Herb had sex. They never had sex. So that is some fake ass text, and she never texted that.
I think between KMC and, you know, the other stuff that we have on her, and you know that attorney is like such a joke. These people are dumb fucks. I mean, what is wrong with these people? At least over here, you know, we can do drugs and make money junkies.
Oh my god, that fucking bitch. I see she just got another sub. Somebody just subscribed to her again.
Do this. At least we can do drugs and talk shit and bash each other, become friends one minute and be enemies the next. You know, I mean, it's the best.
Well, I think people will believe my fake text. Fucking bitch. I see she just got another sub. Somebody just subscribed to her again.
Do this. At least we can do drugs and talk shit and bash each other, become friends one minute and be enemies the next. You know, I mean, it's the best.
Well, I think people will believe my fake text. Don't believe it. Well,
I think so too, and I think what you got cooked up with, you know, Smelly Marie, that's a genius, girl.
Yeah. In fact, I think she'll be calling me in a few minutes. I need to cook some last minute things, make sure she's on board.
Okay, well, I'm gonna get off here, and the spaceman is mad at me again, so, you know.
Oh, now what?
And try to patch things up with him, do a couple photo shoots for my OnlyFans, you know, and we can still pretend like we hate each other, you know. And, girl, the makeup advice you gave me the other night really inspired me because your makeup is beautiful.
Well, I'm going natural today. I'm going real light.
Okay, well, I'm gonna get off here, so, you know, Kelly, Smelly Marie can call you with that little cocktail you guys put together.
Oh, it's brilliant.
I think that's
It's
genius.
brilliant. I don't know why anybody believes Sharon anyways, but it's brilliant.
No, that, you know, that phony giveaway that you came up with about how, you know, we can come backstage with you was brilliant.
Oh, yeah, that is the most smartest thing I came up with yet.
Off that poster that you drew. Because, you know, that is really making a difference for this community. For, you know, that's helping people. You're helping people, Bobbles.
Yes, I might be helping somebody, but I have an agenda here and I need to get busy on my plan. I have 7 more hours till I go live and I am keeping an eye on everything. I just saw 2 more subs. I don't know why they believe her. Mr. Bobbles, get my wine.
Give me a minute, fat ass. I gotta find some cans and bottles.
Well, okay, well, I'm gonna get off here and, like I said, do a couple of shoots and make a buy ticket tonight, and I am looking hella good.
Oh, girl, you taking your OnlyFans?
Like, we don't like each other, you know, BFFs with TR, you know, you got him in good with us, $10 tea, you know, hey.
We're all against Sharon B. Take that bitch down.
Okay, well, I'm gonna let you go so you can get the next plan rolling.
All right.
We gotta do whatever we can.
All right. Well, stay away from the night drawer, okay? You have a good night.
We're in this together, remember that, okay?
Yes.
Alright, bye.
Good night. Eye on everything. I just saw 2 more subs. I don't know why they believe her. Mr. Bobbles, get my wine.
Give me a minute, fat ass. I gotta find some cans and bottles.
Well, okay, well, I'm gonna get off here and, like I said, do a couple of shoots and make a buy ticket tonight, and I am looking hella good.
Oh, girl, you taking your OnlyFans?
Like, we don't like each other, you know, BFFs with TR, you know, you got him in good with us, $10 tea, you know, hey.
We're all against Sharon B. Take that bitch down.
Okay, well, I'm gonna let you go so you can get the next plan rolling.
All right.
We gotta do whatever we can.
All right. Well, stay away from the knife drawer, okay? You have a good night.
We're in this together, remember that, okay?
Yes.
Alright, bye.
Good night. Got some shit planned for my life. Yeah, well, I pulled up that progress report you needed from the 4th grade. I got my hands on it. I got strings I can pull. Oh my God, I'm so glad we made up. Let me get my notes together. I got all her criminal, financial, and all prior jobs, report cards, progress reports. I got all her roommates' information, block reports from MDOC. I even know his dick size. Let me get my notes together. I got all her criminal, financial, and all prior jobs, report cards, progress reports. I got all her roommates' information, block reports from MDOC. I even know his dick size. Daisy! God damn it, Daisy, you knocked over my porn collection. Oh, I'm sorry, Tom. My stomach hurts so bad. I have really terrible problems with my stomachs. I ate a whole lot of food. 2-ton Tessie owes me $500. God damn it, I want it. Oh, okay, well. And I want her alone, broke, and destroyed. I want that channel took down. Daisy, don't pop a hole in that goddamn blow-up, dog. It's $200. Oh, jeez, Tom. Well, sounds like you got your hands full. So, okay, send me that progress report. Let's take that bitch down. All right, bye. I have really terrible problems with my stomachs. I ate a whole lot of food. 2-ton Tessie owes me $500. God damn it, I want it. Oh, okay, well. And I want her alone, broke, and destroyed. I want that channel took down. Daisy, don't pop a hole in that goddamn blow-up, dog. It's $200. Oh, jeez, Tom. Well, sounds like you got your hands full. So, okay, send me that progress report. Let's take that bitch down. All right, bye. Hold on. Hello? KM?
Yes, I'm not on speakerphone right now, am I?
No.
You know, I was really thinking about what me and you were talking about, and
Taking Sharon down?
take bitch down. I'm all in, you know. I'm
Yes.
lonely.
Let's
I have
get
a
her.
life, and you know, I can only, I can pretend like I like both of you guys. That's what me and
Yeah,
Connie
just
have-
try to be her friend. Text her for a while, act like you're her friend and get all the info you can get. And
yeah, that's what we've been doing. That's what our little group's been doing. We're like, we're friends with you, and she's so dumb she believes it. And then we come right back to you and tell you everything.
yeah.
Like I like both of you guys. That's what me and
Yeah,
Connie
just
have-
try to be her friend. Text her for a while, act like you're her friend and get all the info you can get. And
yeah, that's what we've been doing. That's what our little group's been doing. We're like, we're friends with you, and she's so dumb she believes it. And then we come right back to you and tell you everything.
yes, just keep it up. Keep it up. I have a couple other ones.
You do have like the screenshots of her GoFundMe, all that stuff.
Oh, I have. I just got her report cards from elementary school. I have all of her information.
Did you get her medical records?
Oh, yes. She wasn't lying. She did have a lung surgery.
I tell you everything.
Yes, just keep it up. Keep it up. I have a couple other ones.
You do have like the screenshots of her GoFundMe, all that stuff?
Oh, I have. I just got her report cards from elementary school. I have all of her information.
Did you get her medical records?
Oh, yes. She wasn't lying. She did have a lung surgery.
Oh, I heard she had. I heard that she had her one leg amputated and all kinds of stuff. I heard she has a peg leg. But now, I mean, you and Tom pretended to not like each other. Now you guys are buddy.
Oh, yeah, we're working. We're teaming up. We're teaming up.
Woody wood woo, two titties, two cities on our side. So, I mean, we got to do what we got to do, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm really thinking now that her and SG are friends.
Oh.
Because it's awfully funny that SG's views are going up. Don't that sound kind of funny to you?
Yes. Yeah. She lies about everything. Or even if she doesn't, let's just make people think she does.
I mean, I mean, you're my inspiration, Bubbles.
God damn it. Are you going to give me some more wine?
I look up to you in every way. I mean, you are one
Hold up.
big, gracious woman.
Oh, thank you. But you don't have to tell me that. You don't have to tell me that. Mr. Bobbles tells me enough.
Okay, so I'm going to, you stay on the other line, and I'm going to call Sharon right now, and you will do the little GoFundMe plan, take her down.
Okay, that sounds good. And I'm working on some other stuff too.
I'm sure that all these people have seen me, you know, in these other chats talking about her, but her subscribers are so dumb. They're, you know, I think they're junkies just like her and me and you, so, you know, they probably don't remember. Okay, but I'm getting ready to call Sharon right now, okay?
What?
I'm going to call Sharon right now because she's going to put me on her live, and I'm going to do the plot that we planned.
Yes, I'm working on concocting one more scandal. I want to take her down with as much nonsense as I can come up with.
So I'm going to go over there, and then, you know, after her live ends, and I'm going to show back up on your live, and you guys, Mr. B, JC Beck, and I'll be like, oh, you know, why you do that? And I'm just like, me so lonely, and, you know, you guys can pretend like you're a little mad, and then I just, anything we got to do to take her down. I mean, we've tried everything, and nothing is working. These people are dumb.
Yes, and they keep on believing everything she says.
Oh, and then she wants people give her shout outs on their community page, like Maddie and Gerald, you know. 1 minute, you know, I mean,
what is she thinking? What is she thinking trying to use logical strategies to grow her channel? What is she thinking?
And, you know, we're still Operation Take PR down too, but that's just on the DL right now, you know.
I'm going to wait till he pisses me off one day.
Well, girl, do you remember all that stuff he said about you?
Yeah, and he even told my husband to shut the fuck up.
I know. But I heard you tell him to shut up.
Yeah, I mean, I have to do what he says, you know. I'm back under his spell. I think I better go. My eyebrows are starting to run.
Okay, I'm going to call her.
Did Sharon's garbage get here yet via UPS? They're supposed to be sending her whole trash bag, and I want you to go through it with a fine-tooth comb and my magnifying glass.
Okay, hold on. Okay, stay on the line. I've got Sharon on right now. Hey Sharon. I want to apologize, and I was really wrong about you. And I was watching these other channels, and they were just getting into my head. They've got like that MLK, brain power over you, and I know they talked for hours. Really sorry, and I just got wrapped up in the drama.
I'm waiting for the trash, fat ass.
Wait, I'm Sharon.
Just got wrapped up in the drama.
I'm waiting for the trash, fat ass.
That I'm really sorry, and I just got wrapped up in the drama.
I'm waiting for the trash, fat ass.
You make sure that I'm on your live right now, so your subscribers can hear that, that I'm really sorry, and I just got wrapped up in the drama.
I'm waiting for the trash, fat ass.
Nitty, D-City, straight gritty, no pity, and CWG rocks with me. I'm out. Enjoy your night. Deuces, throw the rope, tie the knot. I wouldn't give a F if it was a pair of socks. Find some sheets, but hold on for your brother Frank Nitty. D-City, baby. Like I'ma hold on for you. My CWG. CWG, you rock.